Hello. I'm going to solve today the lines and angles worksheet, and in this record, I will be solving the odd questions. In another record, I will solve the even questions. Okay, so if we look here at this question, always start with the angles that is given. So, for example, the 55. So if this is 55 degrees, then this one is 55 degrees. Why? Because they are vertically opposite angles. If I call this unknown angle here as theta, then theta always start with the unknown plus the 55, it's equal to 180. Why? Because their angles on straight line add up to 180 degrees. And if you apply opposite operations, then theta will be equal to 180 minus 55. And the answer for angle theta will be 125 degrees. Then you're going to say that theta is not what we're looking for. If this is theta, then this is theta as well. Okay? And let's call this angle here as beta. Beta and theta add up to 180, but for a different reason. So I'm going to say that beta is my unknown now, plus theta is equal to 180 degrees. And the reason behind it, they are called co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. Accordingly, if we replace theta with 125 degrees, accordingly, beta is equal to 180 minus 25, so beta is equal to 55 degrees. And if this is beta, then this is beta as well. And if this is P, then this is P as well. At last, you're going to say P is your unknown plus beta is equal to 180 degrees. And the reason, angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Accordingly, P, and we replace beta with its numerical value, which is 55, is equal to 180 degrees. Accordingly, beta is equal to 180 minus 55, and it will be 125 degrees. Okay? All right. So we're going to skip this and we're moving to this one. Here, let's start with the given angle. If this is 70 degrees, then this is 70 degrees because they are vertically opposite angles are equal. If this is Y, then this is Y. Okay, if we look at this point and the angles that are coming out from this point. So they are angles at a point. So we're going to say y plus 70 plus y plus 70, it's equal to 360 degrees. Collect like terms, y plus y, it's 2y plus 140 is equal to 360. Accordingly, y is equal to 360 minus 140 over 2. And so y will come down to y will come down to 110. So 360 minus 140 divided by 2. It will be 110. Yeah. And if we find y, and we can call this angle here as theta. So this is theta as well. And if this is W, then this is W. And we're going to say that theta, which is my unknown, always start with the unknown, plus 70, they add up to 180 degrees. The reason behind it, co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. And if you apply opposite operations, then theta will be 180 minus 70, and it will be 110. Okay? So 110, and at last we're going to say that W, which is my unknown, plus theta, it's equal to 180 degrees. Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Accordingly, W is my unknown, plus theta is 110, is equal to 180. Apply opposite operations. So W is 180 minus 110. It will come down to 70 degrees. Okay. We're skipping 4 and we're going to 5 now. Okay. So, okay, in here, what are we going to do? Okay, 5x and x, they make this big angle, which is 5x plus x is 6x. If those are parallel lines, so as you can see here, if this is an A angle, then this one is an A angle, which means they're corresponding angles. So let me call this angle as theta. Then we're going to say that theta is equal to 5x plus x and theta is equal to 6x. Why? Because corresponding angles are equal. Okay, so this is 6x and this. Okay, and now we're going to say that 2x and theta, so 2x is my unknown now, plus theta is equal to 180 degrees. Why? Because angles on a straight line add up to 180. Okay, so let's replace the theta with 6x. So 2x plus 6x is equal to 180 degrees. So 2x, it will be 8x. 2x plus 6x is equal to 180. And x is equal to 180 divided by 8. And the answer will be 22.5. So the unknown angles, we're going to say here, if x is equal to 22.5, then 2x is equal to 2 times 22.5, which is equal to 45. And 5x is equal to 5 times 22.5, which is equal to 112.5, and theta is equal to 6x, which is equal to 6 times 22.5, which is equal to 6 times 22.5, which is equal to 135. And as we explained here, x is equal to 22.5. So we found the 2x, we found the x, the 5x, and the 6x. So we found all the unknown angles, okay? Okay. Sorry, I don't know why. Okay, I would like to move this up. Okay. And let's save here. All right, so we're going to skip number 6 and we're going to number 7, which is a very easy one. So as you can see here, we have this point and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 angles are coming out. We're going to start, and they are angles at a point. So we're going to say, we will start with the unknown. So Q is my unknown, plus, let's go anti-clockwise, plus 88, plus 1, 2, 3, plus 107. They're all equal to 360. Why? Because angles at a point add up to 360 degrees. So if you simplify, you're going to say Q is equal to 360 minus the addition of 88 plus 123 plus 107 is 318. So Q will come down to 42 degrees. And if you want to check, you're going to say the 42 which you found plus the 88 plus the 123 plus the 107, they must add up to 360 degrees. And we're going to skip number 8 and move to number 9. Okay. So here, we're going to name this angle as theta. Okay? And we're going to use the rule which states that the sum or the addition of interior angles in a polygon is equal to number of sides minus 2 times 180. This is a rule. Okay? The sum of the interior angles. So this is the polygon. So we will start with the unknown. So we're going to say theta is the first angle plus the second angle is 97 degree. So the inside angles of a polygon plus the third angle is 115 degree plus the fourth angle which is 85 degrees is equal to n is the number of sides of the polygon, and the number of sides of the polygon must match the number of angles that you added. So you added 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. So here it will be, the n will be 4 minus 2 times 180 degrees. Now, if you simplify, if you add 97 plus 115 plus 85, this will come down to, so it will be theta plus 297 is equal to 4 minus 2 is 2 times 180, it will be 360 degrees, and theta is equal to 360 minus 297, so it will be 63 degrees. So if we found theta as 63, then theta plus y, they add up to 180. Why? Because angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. And we found theta down there as 63. So we're going to replace theta with 63 plus y is equal to 180. So y is equal to 180 minus 63, and it will be 117 or 117 degrees. So we're going to skip number 10 and we're moving to number 11. So as you can see here, please note that this line and this line, so the angles in between, which is this angle and the angles between the navy and the red, they are equal. So I'm going to start with x is equal to 25 degrees because vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay? All right. And if I take another color, this line, so between the red and the green, this is y. If this is y between the red and the green, then this angle here is y. At last, angle 98 is between the navy and the green. So this one is 98 degrees as well. Accordingly, all these angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angles are angles at a point. How do I deal with this? So I will start with my unknowns. If I start with x, so I will say x plus, if I'm going anti-clockwise, plus 98, so that I don't miss any of the angles, plus y plus 25 plus 98 plus y. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 angles. They add up to 360 degrees. Let's collect like terms. So x, there is no other x. So x will come down as is. And then 98 plus 98. 98 plus 98. The answer will be plus 196. And then y. Sorry, here I forgot that 25 before we do the y. Okay. So 98 plus 98. I'm sorry. So the x, we said up there that it is 25, right? So I can replace the x here with 25 plus 98 plus y plus 25 plus 98 plus y again, all is equal to 360 degrees. Now you can collect like terms. So you're going to say 25 plus 98 plus 25 plus 98. So 25 plus 98 plus 25 plus 98 the answer will be 2, 4, 6, and then plus y and plus y, which means y plus y, it's plus 2y is equal to 360. And if you apply opposite operations to solve for y, then y is equal to 360 minus 246 over 2. Sorry about this. And accordingly, okay, so it's 360 minus 246 divided by 2, and so y is gonna come down to 57. Okay. Okay, it takes a little while to save. Okay, so we're going to skip 12 and we're moving to this one here. Okay, we need to read the question here before we start answering it. In the diagram, EAF is a straight line. So let's highlight this. So EAF is a straight line and AB is parallel to CD. AB, line AB bisects, which means it cuts the angle, which angle? FAC. So we're talking about this angle. Let me use another color. Okay, we're talking about FAC. It bisects this angle, so it is cutting it into two equal parts, which means if this is 58, then this one is 58 as well. So the total of this angle is 58 plus 58. So it is 116 degrees. So this line, if it bisects angle FAC, it means it cuts the angle into two equal parts. So if this is 58, then this one is 58. Accordingly, can we start with X? X and 116, or X and 58 and 58, they are angles on a straight line. So let's start with the unknown. We will say X plus 58 plus 58 is equal to 180. Why? Because angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Now, if you simplify, you're going to say X plus 58 plus 58 is 116 is equal to 180. So X is equal to 180 minus 16, 180 minus 116 16. So x is equal to 64 degrees. Okay, so if we find x, now we found x, okay? Let me use another color here. I will use this one. If I call this angle as theta, and as you can see, BA and DC are parallel and AC is cutting, so is passing through the two parallel lines. So 58, so if you look B, A, C, D, it's like a C, and the tummies of the C are the co-interior angles. So we're going to say 50. Sorry, let me start with the unknown. My unknown is theta, right? So theta plus 58, this 58, right? The given 58 are equal to 180. The reason behind it, co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. Now you can just apply opposite operations. So theta is equal to 180 minus 58, and the answer is 122 degrees. So if theta is equal to 122 degrees, accordingly, y and theta, they are angles on a straight line. As you can see here, y and theta are angles on a straight line, so they add up to 180. So y is my unknown now, plus theta is equal to 180 degrees. And the reason behind it, angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Accordingly, y plus theta, which is 122 degrees, is equal to 180. And to find y, we're going to subtract 122 from 180. So 180 minus 122, the answer will be 58 degrees. So we found y and we found x. Basically, we found all the unknown angles. Okay. Perfect. Let me save. Okay, so we are solving the odds. So I'm going to leave this 14 and I will move to this one here. And this one is pretty much obvious. So as you can see, we have a point here and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 angles are formed from this point. So let's start with the unknown. S is my unknown angle plus 110. So I'm going in one direction so that I don't miss any of the angles, plus 80 plus 50 they all add up to 360 degrees. And accordingly, if you simplify S plus 110 plus 80 plus 50, it's equal to 240, plus 240 is equal to 360 degrees. Accordingly, if you subtract the 240, from 360, the answer will be 120 degrees. And if you check, you're going to say 120 plus 110 plus 80 plus 50, they all add up to 360 degrees. Okay. So we're going to skip 16 and we're moving to 17 now. So normally, the way you find angles will be in the exact alphabetical order. So A, B, C. So basically you will start with A and then B and then C. Normally, not like let's say not always. So if you start with A, so as you can see here, if this is this line and this line, so the angle between the navy and the green, they are equal. So we're going to say A, or angle A, is equal to 56 degrees. The reason behind it, vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, so and then we can see here that we have parallel lines. So let me name this angle here as theta. Okay, so we're going to say that theta plus the given 56 is equal to 180. Why? Because co-interiors add up to 180. Accordingly, if you apply opposite operations, meaning if you subtract the 56 from 180, the answer will be 124 degrees. And B and theta, they are angles on a straight line, so they add up to 180. So let's start with the unknown. B plus theta is equal to 180. And why is that? Because angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So B is my unknown plus theta is 124 degrees. It's equal to 180. And if you apply opposite operations, B is equal to 180 minus 124, and the answer will be 56 degrees. Okay. So we found B now. Okay. So in order to find C, let's have a look at this parallel line. You keep moving on the line that is crossing both parallel lines until you reach to this point. And can you see the Z here? Can you see the Z here? So we're going to say that C is equal to 73 degrees. Why? Because alternate or Z angles are equal. So we found, I think we are done. We found A and we found B and we found C. So we are done with all the angles here. Okay. And let's save. And let's move to and we're going to skip 18. Okay. Okay. And let's move to question 19. All right. So like I explained earlier, so you start in the alphabetical order mostly, not all the time, but mostly. So if you can see this line here and this line here, so the angle between the red and the navy, they are equal. So let's start with X is equal to 35 degrees. And the reason behind it, vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, so we found X. Okay, and let me just draw this line here. So the angle between the navy and the green, which is 64, the navy and the green, so this one is 64 as well. Okay, this one is 64 as well. And as you can see the parallel lines here, let's apply the rules of parallel lines. So if I go on this line to here, the parallel line, and the line that is crossing both parallel lines, and again on the second parallel line. So can you see this angle here? If this is 64, the tummy of the Z, and then this one will be 64 as well. Okay, so accordingly, Y is equal to 64. Why? Because if I draw the navy line here and the green line here, then the angle between the navy and the green, so we will put that Y is equal to 64 degrees. And why is that? Because again, vertically opposite angles are equal. So we found Y. This is 64. Then can we find this angle? If this is angle Z, then this here is angle Z as well. And can you see that the 35 and the Z and the 64, they are angles in a triangle, and angles in a triangle, they add up to 180. So let's start with the unknown. Z is my unknown, plus 64 plus 35, they add up to 180 degrees. Why? Angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. And now Z plus 64 plus 35, they add up to 99. So plus 99 is equal to 180. If you apply opposite operations, then Z is equal to 180 minus 99, and the answer will be 81 degrees. So we found all angles, X, Y, and Z. And let's move now. We're going to skip 20 and we're going to now to 21. Okay. As you can see here, we can see the parallel lines. But before that, we can see that X and 71 and 74 are angles in a triangle. Accordingly, we're going to say, start with the unknown, X plus 71 plus 74 is equal to 180 degrees. Why is that? Because angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Now, if you simplify, so 71 plus 74, the answer is plus 145 is equal to 180. If you apply opposite operations now by subtracting the 145 from 180, so 180 minus 145, the answer will be 35 degrees. So we found x, and if you go on this parallel line and this line that is crossing both parallel lines, and on the second parallel line, so can you see the z, the tummy of the z? So if this is x, it means that this is x as well, right? Okay, so this will help us to find y. So y and x, this x here, and the 71 are angles on a straight line. So y plus x plus 71, they're equal to 180 angles on a straight line add up to 180. So y is the unknown. Can we replace the x with 35? Yes, we can. Plus 71 is equal to 180. Simplify. So 35 plus 71 is equal to 106. Equal to 180. If you apply opposite operations, so y is going to be equal to 180 minus 106, and this will bring us to y is equal to 74 degrees. So we count x and y, or all the unknowns. Okay, we're going to skip 22 and move to 23. And here, we can name this angle here as theta. Why? Because theta and 128 are angles on a straight line. So we're going to start with theta, which is my unknown, plus 128 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Why is that? Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. And if you apply opposite operations by subtracting 128 from 180, the answer will be 52 degrees. So if you know theta now, we know that theta and 58 and W are angles in a triangle. So we're going to start with the unknown W plus 85 plus theta is equal to 180 degrees. Why is that? Because angles in a triangle add up to 180. Okay, so W is my unknown plus 85 plus theta is going to be replaced by 52 is equal to 180. If you simplify the left side, so W and then 85 plus 52, the answer is 137 is equal to 180. Apply opposite operation by subtracting the 137 from 180. The answer will be 43 degrees. So W is 43 degrees. And if you check, the given angle is 85 plus theta that we found is 52 plus the W that we found, which is 43. If you add 85 plus 52 plus 43, the answer will be 180. Okay? All right. And let's move to, we're going to skip 24 and we're moving to 25. Okay, so here, if you get confused when you look at the drawing, then you should name some of the angles that you think you can find immediately. So for example, if I name this as theta, then I know that theta and 54, they are angles on a straight line and they add up to 180. So I'm going to start with my unknown plus the 54. This is equal to 180 degrees. Why? Because angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Now, if you apply opposite operations by subtracting the 54 from 180, so theta will come down to 126 degrees. So we found theta, and if you look at the parallel lines here, the parallel lines, and if you go, this is a parallel line, and then the line that is crossing both, and this is another parallel line, the other parallel line. Can you see this angle here and this angle here? They are co-interiors, and this angle that is a co-interior to theta is formed by x and 20. So this one is x plus 20, right? Okay, so we're going to say x is my unknown now, right? So we're going to say x plus 20 plus theta, it's equal to 180 degrees. Why is that? Co-interiors add up to 180 degrees. And then x is my unknown plus 20 plus the theta is found as 126 equals to 180. If you simplify the left side, so x plus 20 plus 126, the answer is 146 is equal to 180. Apply opposite operations and find x. So if you subtract the 146 from 180, the answer is 34 degrees for x. So x is 34 degrees. Okay. So if you found x, can you see here we have this parallel line and this parallel line. And if you go on the first parallel line, the line that is crossing both, and the second parallel line, so this angle here and this angle are co-interiors. So you're going to say that y and x plus 20 are co-interiors, so they add up to 180. So y is my unknown now. So it's y plus x plus 20 is equal to 180 degrees. Again, co-interiors add up to 180 degrees. Now, you can replace the x with 34 degrees and if you simplify 34 plus 20, it will be 54. And if you subtract the 54 from 180, so y will come down to 126 degrees. And we found y and we found x. So we are done with this question. We're going to skip question 26 and move to question 27, which is an easy one. So as you can see here, So as you can see here, I'm going to start with the angle that I can spot first, and I feel like I can solve it. Even if it's not named, I will name it as theta. Why did I start with this? Because my unknown theta and the 140 degrees angle add up to 180 degrees. And why is that? Because angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. If you apply opposite operations by subtracting the 140 from 180, then theta will come down to 40 degrees. Okay, if this is 40 degrees, I need you to notice this. I need you to notice this sign here, which is telling me that this is an isosceles, and the angles of the base. So this side is equal to this side in an isosceles. So the angles of the base, if this is P, then this is P as well. Okay, so what are we going to do in this case? P is my unknown now. So I will say P, and as you can see that this angle P and this angle P and theta are angles in a triangle. So if I say P plus P plus theta, it's equal to 180 degrees. Why is that? Because angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. P plus P is 2P plus theta is 40. All this is equal to 180. And if you apply opposite operations, so P is equal to 180 minus 40 divided by 2. So P is equal to 180 minus 40 divided by 2. Then P is going to come down to 70 degrees. And in this case here, we found P as it is requested. So we're going to skip 28 and move to 29. And as you can see here, X is the first thing that you can start with, because X and 120 add up to 180. Why is that? Because angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Now, if you apply opposite operations by subtracting 120 from 180, then X will come down to 60. And as you can see, 80, Y, and X are angles in a triangle. So we're going to start with Y because Y is the unknown now, plus X plus 80, it's equal to 180. Why is that? Because angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so Y is the unknown, plus we found x as 60 plus 80 is equal to 180. And if you simplify the left side, so y plus 60 plus 80 is 140, and it's equal to 180. If you apply opposite operations by subtracting the 140 from 180, then y is going to come down to 40 degrees. How do you check? So 80 plus, we found x as 60 plus y as 40. If you add 80 plus 60 plus 40, the answer will be 180 degrees. Okay, let's skip and let's move to this question here. So 24, okay, let's start with the one that we can find first. So if this is a green line and this is a navy line, then the angle between the green and the navy are equal. So we're going to start with x is equal to 38 degrees because vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, now if we found x, and if you look here, 24, x and y are angles in a triangle. So we're going to start with y because y is the unknown, plus x plus 24, all is equal to 180. Why is that? Because angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Okay, y is the unknown. We found x up there as 38 degrees plus 24 is equal to 180 degrees. If you simplify, y plus 38 plus 24 is going to come down to 62. And if you apply opposite operations by subtracting 62 from 180, then the answer will be 118 degrees or 118. Okay? Okay. So we found x, we found y, and now we are going to find z. So if this is z, then this one here is z, right? Vertically opposite angles, okay? All right, okay. And if you, this is the parallel line, if you stop here and if you go on the line that is crossing both and you go on the second parallel line, if this is y, then this is y as well, right? And we found y as 118, right? 118 degrees. Okay, and z and y are angles on a straight line, right? So we're going to say here, z is your unknown, plus y is equal to 180 degrees. Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So z is the unknown plus y is 118 is equal to 180. If you apply opposite operations by subtracting the 118 from 180, then z is equal to 62 degrees. Accordingly, we found all angles x, y, and z. Okay. All right. Let's skip 32 and let's move to 33. And as you can see here, let's always start with the thing that you can find first. Can you see this sign here? So this is an isosceles, and this side is equal to this side, so this angle is equal to this angle. Okay, and accordingly in an isosceles, let's start with the unknown. So theta plus theta plus 40 is equal to 180 degrees. Angles in an isosceles triangle add up to 180 degrees. If you simplify, theta plus theta is 2 theta plus 40 is equal to 180. If you apply opposite operations now to find theta, so theta is equal to 180 minus 40 divided by 2. So theta is gonna come down. So here 180 minus 40 divided by 2. So theta is equal to 70 degrees. So if we found theta as 70, then this theta here and the 30, and let's call this unknown angle, let's call this unknown angle as beta. How about that? We call this as beta. Okay, so the 30 and the beta and the theta are angles on a straight line, right? So we're going to say that beta, which is my unknown now, plus theta plus 30 is equal to 180 degrees. Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Now, we found theta as 70, so beta is my unknown, plus 70 plus 30 is equal to 180 degrees. If you simplify the left side, so beta plus 100 is equal to 180. If you apply opposite operations by subtracting 100 from both sides or by subtracting 100 from 180, then beta is going to come down to 80 degrees. Okay, if we found beta, can we find, let's call this angle as alpha, and this is an alpha as well. Why they're both called alpha? Because as you can see, I have another isosceles here. Accordingly, alpha, alpha, and beta are angles in a triangle. So alpha plus alpha plus beta are equal to 180 degrees because angles in an isosceles triangle add up to 180. So alpha plus alpha, it will be 2 alphas plus beta. We found beta as 80. So plus 80 is equal to 180. If you apply opposite operations, then alpha will come down to 180 minus 80 divided by 2. So alpha is equal to 180 minus 80 divided by 2. So it will be 50 degrees. And so we found all unknown angles in this shape. We're going to skip 34 and move to 35 here. So as you can see, X is the unknown and it is a polygon. And we said that the sum of interior angles in a polygon is equal to number of sides minus 2 times 180. The interior angles, let's start with the unknown. So we have the X plus 108 plus 104 plus 94 is equal to number of sides 1, 2, 3, 4, and it should match the number of angles that you added 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. So it's 4 minus 2 times 180 degrees. If you simplify the left side, so it's 108 plus 104 plus 94. This will come down to 306 is equal to 4 minus 2 is 2 times 180, it's 360. And then if you subtract the 306 from 360, it will come down to 54 degrees. And if you check, X is 54 plus 108 plus 104 plus 94, the answer will be 360 degrees. Okay, we're going to skip 36 and move to 37 here. So if you look at this question, I'm going to start with, as you can see, this is a parallel line and this is a parallel line. So if you go on the parallel line and you move on the line that is crossing both parallel lines and you move on the second parallel line, can you see this angle here is the same as this angle? So they are Z angles. So we're going to start with X is equal to 63 degrees. And the reason is alternate angles are equal. Okay, so we found x, and then we're going to say, okay, okay, so here, so if we found x, can you see this sign? This is an isosceles, right? This is an isosceles. Okay, so if this is x, then this is x as well, right? And we found x. So in the isosceles, x and y are triangles in an isosceles. Accordingly, we're going to start with y now because it's our unknown. Y plus x are equal to 180. Angles in an isosceles triangle add up to 180 degrees. Accordingly, y is the unknown, and we found x as 63, so we're going to replace it with 63 is equal to 180. If you simplify the left side, so 63 plus 63, the answer is 126 is equal to 180. If you subtract the 126 from 180, the answer will be 4y, 54 degrees. So we found y. Okay. Okay. So if we found y, can you please look here? We have here um, uh, parallel lines. So the y and the x, and let me call this angle here as theta. So this angle and this angle are co-interiors. So I'm going to say theta is my unknown now. So theta and x are co-interiors with y. So they all add up to 180. So co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. Accordingly, theta is the unknown. So theta plus x, we found x as 63, plus we found y as 54 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. If you simplify the left side, so 63 plus 54, so it will be theta plus 117 is equal is equal to 180. And if you apply opposite operations and you subtract the 117 from 180, then theta will come down to 63 degrees. So sorry about this. Okay, I'm afraid that I'm going to end up the meeting here, and I'm going to carry on with solving the rest of the questions in another record. Please do watch this video multiple times if you need to. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next record. Thanks.